Hey everybody, Dr. Pancake Face here, and in this video I'm going to be going over my Overlord class. Now, gonna go on ahead and mention that this class is not exactly as big of a heavy hitter as some of the other classes that I've posted. But like I said in a couple of my videos, I do like to switch it up every now and then, do something a little bit different from time to time, because just doing the same thing over and over and over again gets boring. So I like to throw a little bit of variety in there, and this is some of that variety. It's definitely not the most powerful class that I've ever played with, but it's kind of fun. It has its ups and downs, and the name kind of says it all. It's the Overlord class, and essentially you're gonna have other things doing damage, helping you do damage. That's what this class is all about. Because basically, like, well, fuck it, let me just show you here. Skills. Let's go over the skills real quick. So, as you can see, there is a ton of skill points in the Mastermind, and I also have a bunch in Technician. Basically, here in Mastermind, the way that I started was I put 1 point in here. I went ahead and aced out Cable Guy, so that I can have the extra cable ties, because that's, as you can see, going to be helpful. Aced out Endurance, because that's always nice to have. Went ahead and aced out Leadership, just for the extra stability with weapons. I mean, I'm not exactly using a pistol, but if you wanted to, you could use a pistol. I've got a shotgun as my secondary, just because it has, maxed out threat. And I could just get people down on the ground that much quicker. Now, Dominator. I went on ahead and I aced out Dominator, I aced out Joker, and I aced out Partner in Crime. Because I wanted to be able to get a cop down on the ground, and I want to be able to dominate him, make him as strong as possible. That's where the whole Overlord thing comes in, because I'm going to have me some minions running around doing work for me. So yeah, as you can see, Dominator, I mean, if you don't know what it does, you can intimidate a non-special enemy into a hostage. The power and range of the intimidation is increased by 50% when you ace it. Now, Joker, you can convert. This is where you get to convert him. You can only convert one enemy at a time. When you ace it, the converted enemy gains 55% more health and deals 45% more damage. And it also reduces the amount of time it takes to convert them. And then Partner in Crime, this buffs you even more. Having a converted enemy increases your movement speed by 10%. The converted enemy takes 40% less damage, and then when you ace it, having a converted enemy increases your health by 20%, and the converted enemy takes an additional 40% less damage. So he's gonna have, he's gonna have 55% more health. He's gonna take 80% less damage. And he's gonna deal 45% more damage once you have all these buffed up, and it's gonna give you an increased movement speed by 10%. So pretty nice. And then obviously I went ahead and aced out Inspire, because I mean, if I go up the Mastermind tree, if I even get close to the top, I go on ahead and ace out Inspire. That thing is just so incredibly helpful. Now down here, I didn't get Control Freak. You would think that I would, which it wouldn't be too bad to have. I didn't have any extra skill points to use. So unfortunately, I did not get Control Freak, because what I wanted to spend this 1 point here on was actually Spotter, just so I can get the extra 15% damage. Now here, I went on ahead and got Basic Stockholm Syndrome, because I wanted to play around with this a little bit. And basically what this is if you go down next to a civilian, they have a chance of reviving you if you interact with them. Which is kind of fun. They pick you up sometimes they don't. That kind of sucks. But this is why I wanted to ace out Cable Guy, because if you have at least one hostage, it makes you regenerate health. You regenerate 1.5% health every 5 seconds, which doesn't sound like a whole bunch, but I mean, over the course of playing a game, it's surprising how quickly your health regens. I didn't get anything in Enforcer, nothing in Ghost, nothing in Fugitive, but Technician. I did put a bunch of points into Technician. And essentially what I got in here was, obviously I put the first point in, but I went on ahead and aced out Rifleman so that I could get up into here. But I aced out Rifleman also because I'm going to be using Assault Rifles and Sniper Rifles. Here, Sharpshooter, I went on ahead and put some points into that because I'm pretty sure I just needed to spend some points to get up into here. But yeah, I put some points into Sharpshooter because, you know, it does give you extra accuracy with single shot weapons, and if you're using, like me, the shotgun and the sniper, hey, that's bonus 4 accuracy with both those weapons. Now over here, I went on ahead and got some drill skills. You know, just fix it faster, has a 30% chance to reload. You deploy the sentry gun faster. And then over here, just drilling efficiency. Now, the sentry gun, I went on ahead and put as many points in as possible. This kind of soaked up a bunch of points. So here, as you can see, it unlocks the sentry gun for use, and it gains 150% more health. This one gives it 100% more accuracy, and it gives it 150% faster rotational speed, and it even gives it 50% more ammo. Now here, this allows you to reload your sentry gun with your own ammo, and it gives it a protective shield. Now one thing to keep in mind when you have the sentry gun out, if it does wind up running completely out of ammo, it's gone, kaput. Can't put any ammo back into it, which kind of sucks. I mean, it would be nice to not really, you know, position it in a tactical point, you know, maybe staring at a drill or something, and just not even bother with it. And then once it stops shooting, once it's out of ammo, you can go put ammo back into it, and it'll start shooting again. But I tried that, and it didn't work for me. So that kind of sucks. But it is pretty nice to be able to put any ammo back into it whatsoever. Now here, I went on ahead and aced this out, obviously, so I can get the 2 sentry guns, and I get the bonus damage, because since this is Overlord, I want my minions to be doing as much damage as possible. So since sentry guns are minions, and since the over here, the dominated guys are minions, I want them to be doing as much damage as possible. And then since I was all the way up here at the top with this build, I went on ahead and put 1 point into bulletproof, just so that I can make my armor, you know, a little bit better. Now, as far as the perk deck, I went on ahead and went with Crew Chief, because this one seems to do the best with dominating people. Some of the things, you know, not so much. I mean, it gives you bonus health, increased headshot damage. You and your crew stamina is increased by 50%, increases your shout distance by 25%. That really helps with dominating people, dominating cops, you know, getting civilians down on the ground. Blah blah, more damage, or sorry, more health, my bad. Here you gain 10% more armor, and your crew gains an additional 5% more armor. And then right here, you and your crew gains 2% max health and 4% stamina for each hostage up to 10 times. And then you and your crew gain an 8% damage reduction for having a hostage. So this deck, this isn't really a solo deck, or build, sorry. This build, it's not a run around by yourself, even though you do have minions. You got the sentry gun, you know, you got the dominated guys. This isn't really a build that's designed to kind of run by itself, because honestly, it doesn't do that much damage. I mean, it's not nearly as durable as something like a grinder build or an ex-president's build, and it doesn't quite put the damage out there like you know, like a dodge build, or like a berserker build, or a shotgun dodge build, or something like that. Doesn't quite have a really high damage output, but it has nice synergy. This deck really kind of, or this build really kind of flows. It has good synergy, and it works well with other builds. So it's I guess you could say this is more of a supporting build rather than a frontline build. Now for the rest of the stuff here, for the armor, obviously I went with a combined tactical vest. I messed around trying to go with some of the lighter stuff, like maybe this one, just to have, you know, a little bit more speed. But unfortunately, see, if I could get into here and ace this out so that I'd have the extra armor for the ballistic vests, it wouldn't be that bad, because then you could run around in the heavy ballistic vest. Your armor would be 100. It would only be 44 less than this. I mean, it's not that bad. But unfortunately, didn't have enough points to do that, so that kind of sucks. So I just said fuck it. Went with the combined tactical vest. Obviously, sentry gun for the equipment. Now for the guns, I kind of, you know, I felt like playing around with the platypus, just because I like to see tasers' heads explode. I mean, with the way that this build is set up, you could, I mean, I guess you could really go for either any of the sniper rifles or any of the assault rifles. Yeah, I mean, it's not really set up to specifically run with one weapon. You can kind of do whatever weapon, because I mean, if you don't have sniper rifles, obviously you can't use sniper rifles with this build. So I mean, you can always go with one of the assault rifles. They do some pretty decent damage, and I mean, as long as you're getting your shots on target, they can get the job done fairly well. Now for secondary, I went with the locomotive shotgun, mainly because if you look at the threat is maxed out. The threat is at 43, and that is really good to try and get some cops down on the ground. Because obviously you want to dominate some cops, so you're gonna want your threat to be as high as possible. Now, I mean, if you really want to, you could run with some other stuff, but as you can see, like the Judge. Oh, that's the silence one. There we go. Yeah, the Judge I couldn't max out. Hell, even the rocket launcher isn't maxed out. Like, you're pointing an RPG at somebody, and they're going, nah. I mean, what are you gonna do? Blow me up? But the shotgun, you point a stubby shotgun at them, and they go, "Oh God!" But yeah, I mean, I want to have something with the threat maxed out. So, boom, there it is, locomotive shotgun, with all the stuff that I've got on it. Which, as you can see, I got quite a few things on here. I got the flechette rounds. I have the King's Crown compensator. I don't have any boosts for this one. For the equipment, I've got the LED combo. I've got the rubber grip, the extended magazine. For the scope, you can do pretty much whatever you want. I kind of like this one. It's just personal preference. They basically all do the same thing. It just comes down to looks. I kind of like this one. What was the stock that I put on it? I don't think I put a stock on it. Oh yeah, that's right. The base stock was kind of better. I don't know. But the upper receiver here, I definitely have that on there for the extended magazine. And yeah, as a result, it gets your threat all the way up to maxed out 43. I do have a stock on that. Why did it say I didn't have a stock? Oh, because I'm looking at page 2. I'm such a dumbass. Yeah, I've got the police shorty stock. I was like, I know it doesn't come with this stock. But yeah, that's my locomotive. And the platypus, I think all I did was put the put the little angled sight on it just so I can shoot people point blank. Yeah, those are the weapons. I use the buzzer. I personally prefer the buzzer. Especially with this build, because with the buzzer, you can shock people and get them down on the ground a lot quicker than just shouting at them. Especially with civilians. You shock them once, they're on the ground. Whereas, you know, you can shout 2, 3, sometimes 4 times, finally get on the ground. But the buzzer, you just, bzz, done. They're on the ground. Now for the throwable, if you have them, I mean, you can really go with whatever you want to. Any of the loud ones would be good. Dynamite, frag grenade, javelin. I personally prefer the Molotov, just because it seems to get, what's his face? Captain Winters. It seems to get him and his group down a little bit quicker than, using grenades. Well, I shouldn't say quicker, easier, because damage over time. But yeah, if you can manage to do it without them shooting the fucking Molotovs out of your hand, I would say that the Molotovs are I would personally say Molotovs are better. There we go. Finally got those words out. But yeah, that pretty much does it for the Overlord build. So like I said before, this build, it's a support build, because you're gonna have sentry guns that are helping out with damage. You're gonna have dominated cops that are helping out with damage. You're gonna be buffing your crew. You're gonna be giving them extra stability, extra accuracy, extra health, extra armor, damage reductions, all that kind of stuff. And this build, it's all about dominating cops, getting civilians down. It's nice. It's got really nice synergy, nice flow. Everything kind of works together really nicely. Not one of the best builds out there. Not one of the, it doesn't put out the highest damage. It doesn't have the best survivability. But it works well with others. I wouldn't really say this is a Death Wish build. By no means would I say this is a Death Wish build. And hell, on a lot of maps, I would probably say probably wouldn't want to run with this build, because it probably wouldn't be as useful as maybe some other builds. But all in all, it's a fun build to play with. It's a little bit different, a little bit of variety. Helps you to mix things up. So try it out if you want. Give it a shot. I'm sure you'll like it. I'm sure you'll have fun with it. But anyways, that does it for this episode. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you found this video to be helpful, go on ahead and hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll catch you guys later.